What happens after we die? It's a question as old as humanity itself. This profound inquiry has echoed through the ages, stirring the minds of philosophers, theologians, scientists, and everyday individuals alike. As we stand at the precipice of existence and gaze into the unknown, we can't help but wonder what lies beyond the final breath. Tales of heaven, reincarnations, and spectral existence have been spun across cultures and civilizations, each offering a unique perspective on this enigma. Philosophers have pondered, scientists have probed, and individuals have shared their near-death experiences, adding to the mosaic of ideas about life after death. From religious doctrines to existential theories, from scientific scrutiny to personal narratives, each viewpoint provides a lens through which we can explore this timeless question. So, strap in for a journey beyond the tangible as we navigate through these diverse perspectives on life after death. Religions around the world offer a plethora of interpretations about what happens after we die. In the Christian faith, for example, the belief in an eternal afterlife in heaven or hell is foundational. Similarly, Islam advocates for a hereafter, where each soul is judged and sent to paradise or hellfire. Hinduism, on the other hand, introduces the concept of reincarnation, a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, which continues until one's soul achieves liberation, or moksha. These are just a few examples among myriad religious doctrines. Each one, in its own way, offers solace, guidance, and a moral framework for its followers. Despite their differences, they all share a common thread: the assertion that our existence does not simply cease with our last breath. Thus, the spiritual realm provides us with a multitude of post-death possibilities. Philosophy, the love of wisdom, has its own take on our post-mortem destiny. Across the ages, philosophers have grappled with the enigma of what happens after our final breath. Materialists, for instance, propose that with the cessation of brain function, our consciousness too dissolves into nothingness. However, there's another camp, the dualists, who argue for a separation of mind and body. They suggest that while the body may perish, the consciousness or soul might endure, continuing its journey in a different form or perhaps on a different plane. Then, we have the existentialists. These thinkers tend to concentrate on the here and now, the meaning and value of life as we know it. To them, death often symbolizes the end of our individual existence, a full stop to our personal narrative. Philosophy, then, provides us with a buffet of thought-provoking theories about death. Science, with its empirical approach, offers a contrasting view on life after death. Rather than relying on beliefs or theories, science seeks concrete evidence. It generally holds that consciousness, a complex product of brain activity, ceases to exist once the brain stops functioning, implying that death marks the end of consciousness. Yet some scientists and researchers venture into the uncharted territory of near-death experiences. These are intriguing instances where individuals, despite being clinically dead, report vivid experiences, often described as out-of-body phenomena or encounters with ethereal entities. These accounts, while fascinating, are largely considered subjective and remain scientifically unverified. Furthermore, quantum theories of consciousness have emerged, suggesting that consciousness may not be confined to our brain, but could exist in the universe's quantum fabric. However, these theories are speculative and highly controversial, lacking substantial scientific backing. In science, the mystery of death remains largely unsolved. As we continue to probe the enigma that is death, we must remember that science is a journey of discovery, not a destination with definitive answers. Our cultural beliefs about death are often a mirror of our societal values. Let's take a journey back in time to ancient Egypt. The pharaohs and their people went to great lengths to prepare for death, from elaborate tombs to meticulously preserved bodies. Why? Because they believed in an afterlife where the deceased would need their earthly bodies and possessions. This cultural practice, rooted in their societal values, illustrates a universal human yearning, the desire to find continuity and meaning beyond death. And it's not just the Egyptians. Cultures worldwide have their unique practices and rituals surrounding death, each reflecting their values, fears, and hopes. These rituals, whether it's the Hindu custom of reincarnation or the Mexican celebration of the Day of the Dead, are all attempts to make sense of the great unknown that lies beyond our final breath. Cultural practices underscore the human desire to find continuity and meaning beyond death. Personal experiences of those who've come close to death provide another perspective. These accounts, often known as near-death experiences, offer a uniquely human dimension to our contemplation of existence beyond the final breath. They frequently include descriptions of out-of-body experiences, encounters with deceased relatives, or an overwhelming sense of tranquility. Take, for example, individuals who recount floating above their own body, observing the frantic efforts of medical personnel to revive them. Others share narratives of traversing a dark tunnel towards a bright, inviting light, or engaging in profound conversations with loved ones long gone. Some even speak of life reviews, where past actions are relived and evaluated. These personal accounts, compelling and deeply moving, ignite our curiosity and tug at our yearning for continuity beyond the physical realm. However, they are shrouded in controversy. Many in the scientific community view these experiences as physiological responses to extreme stress or hallucinations triggered by lack of oxygen to the brain. While compelling, these accounts remain controversial and often dismissed by the scientific community. What if our existence after death is tied to the legacy we leave behind? Perhaps our immortality isn't spiritual but rather existential. Through our actions, relationships, and contributions, we imprint our essence on the world. This imprint, this legacy, continues to exist, to influence, to matter long after our physical bodies have returned to dust. Consider the inspiring teacher whose lessons resonate in the minds of their students, the dedicated scientist whose discoveries propel humanity forward, or the loving parent whose values shape the character of their children. These individuals, though physically absent, continue to exist in the memories and lives they've touched. Our legacy is like a ripple in the vast ocean of existence, born from our actions and spreading far beyond our reach. It's a form of life after death that's tangible, impactful, and uniquely personal. So perhaps in the grand tapestry of existence, death isn't an end but a transformation. Our actions, relationships, and contributions keep us alive even after we're gone. In the age of technology, the quest for immortality takes on a new form. With breathtaking advancements in medical, computational, and engineering fields, we're seeing a startling shift in how we perceive life and death. Concepts such as cryonics, where the body is preserved at extremely low temperatures with the hope of future revival, are no longer relegated to the realm of fantasy. Similarly, digital consciousness, the idea of uploading one's mind into a computer, is no longer a mere figment of science fiction. These groundbreaking concepts are pushing the boundaries of what we understand as life. They offer tantalizing possibilities of extending or even preserving our existence beyond the natural cycle of life and death. They challenge our understanding of consciousness, identity, and what it truly means to be alive. While these ideas border on science fiction, they reflect humanity's enduring quest to conquer death. For some, the mystery of death is best left as it is, a mystery. In our quest to understand the great beyond, we sometimes lose sight of a simple yet profound truth. Death is a natural part of life. It's an inevitability that binds all living creatures together, a universal thread woven into the very fabric of existence. Think of it as the closing of a book, the final note of a symphony, or the last stroke of a painter's brush. It's not merely an end, but a completion, a necessary part of the cycle that gives life its rhythm and meaning. The ancient Stoics of Greece and Rome understood this well. They viewed death not as a tragedy, but as a return to the natural order of things. They believed that by accepting death, we can free ourselves from the fear of the unknown and live more fully in the present. But how can we embrace something that seems so inherently negative? To start, we can shift our perspective. Instead of seeing death as an enemy to be feared, we can view it as a teacher, one that reminds us of the impermanence of all things. This recognition can inspire us to make the most of each moment, to live authentically, and to cherish the connections we forge with others. We can also find comfort in the cyclical nature of life. Just as the seasons change, with winter's death giving way to spring's rebirth, our own lives follow a similar pattern. In this sense, death is not a final destination, but a transition, a transformation into a different state of being. The philosopher Alan Watts once said, "The meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple, and yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves." In accepting death, we acknowledge the inherent value of life itself, unadorned by grand ambitions or lofty achievements. We come to see that the beauty of existence lies not in its length, but in its depth. Embracing the mystery of death can lead to a fuller, more present way of living. In the grand tapestry of existence, every thread counts, each moment matters. After contemplating the mystery of death, we are led to a profound realization. The inevitability of our mortality can serve as an invitation to live more deeply and authentically. It can inspire us to cherish the fleeting beauty of the present, to cultivate deeper connections with those around us, and to pursue the things that truly matter to us. In this sense, the shadow of death can illuminate the path to a more meaningful life. The Stoics called this memento mori, a reminder of mortality. This principle encourages us to seize the day and to live each moment as if it were our last. It's not about morbid fascination, but about a profound appreciation for the life we have right now. In accepting the inevitability of death, we can free ourselves from fear and anxiety, and instead embrace the present moment with courage and gratitude. This shift in perspective can transform our lives, turning everyday moments into precious gifts to be savored. So what does it mean to live in the face of death? It means to live with purpose, with authenticity, and with love. It means to appreciate the beauty in every sunrise, the joy in every shared laughter, the warmth in every hug. It means to see the world with fresh eyes, to find wonder in the mundane, and to celebrate the miracle of existence. In the end, it's not about how long we live, but how deeply we live. And in the grand scheme of things, isn't that what truly matters? As we journey through this vast, mysterious universe, may we all find the courage to embrace our mortality, to live our lives to the fullest, and to leave a positive imprint on the world around us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing explorations.